I wasn't sure if it was Smash Bros or Phantom, but yeah, Smash Bros is one of the best players of this tournament. Plays Lucas, obviously, and is pretty high up on the New Jersey PR, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
I believe so. If the names are not to be mistaken, it is going to be Diamond and Smash Bros, and we just saw both of them in doubles. It's like Diamond was playing Ice Climbers, very proficient, and we saw him do plenty of confirms, plenty of tech. He knows how he works. And I also saw in the recoveries in particular, he was utilizing side B very, very well as a way of like interrupting people. Because so often when you see Ice Climbers off stage, you want to go out immediately, but there's just so much you got to consider, and Diamond took advantage of that quite nicely.
Yeah, and you probably can't see it right now, but you can hear them just choosing random characters right now. So you're probably like, Lucas and Ice Climbers. I hear Lucario, I hear Rob going out in the background, but it is going to be the Lucas and the Ice Climbers for these two competitors. And this is a matchup I've seen plenty of times before between Bubs and Seal at Hall of Gaming. So this is definitely going to be an interesting one. I don't think either character has an inherent advantage, but it's all about how you use your spacing tools as Lucas to be able to keep that Ice Climbers out.
Yeah, you see, like right now, you immediately see how the game plan is going to work. Like, you can get big damage when you get in as Lucas, but Smash Bros does not want that at the moment, preferring to just keep the Ice Climbers away, hopefully separating them with some projectile zoning or just like potential disjoints and going in from there.
Yeah, one of Ice Climber's best advantages as a character is if you hit the Ice Climber shield, they can instantly get a punish in almost any situation. And if they get a really, really strong punish, you could just die off of that. So you don't want to hit the Ice Climber shield in a way in which they can get a punish like that. And Smash Bros is doing an excellent job of that so far. Not only getting the opening, but finishing it off with a PK freeze.
Yeah, I mean, I said the opening will be small early on, but as soon as he gets to that mid% where the separation is concerned, there's a much bigger play at Horizon for Smash Bros to work with, and he just showcased that as well. That recovery there, if he bounces off the wall, he gets some extra distance. He's not dead off that.
Yeah, and Lucas is not a great character in the corner, and you're gonna see as Diamond that you're going to have to take every single step that you can take when you get that character on the ledge, because they can't really get off the ledge reliably, so you're going to have to use those situations to your advantage. But right now it's looking like Smash Bros is the one who's taking most advantages of those offstage interactions.
That was a huge smothering for sure, because like he just couldn't escape from the PK Fire, then the PK Thunder, the PK Freeze, throwing out all the magic at him.
Okay.
And Ice Climbers have never seen that before.
Yeah. And right now, we're not seeing Diamond get any of his gameplay going. You know what I mean? Like, usually, you know, like you were saying, Diamond in doubles was very proficient at, you know, doing the combos and stuff. But Smash Bros smothering him with hitboxes is making him uncomfortable and making it impossible for him to get going.
I think it's a case of, well, it's like he's defensive, but then when he comes in, he like is very unpredictable with it, because like he just kind of comes in and does not care about what Diamond is doing. And I think that's something that separates approaches a lot, is like how much do you care about what the other guy is doing? And if you care too much, you end up slipping. But I feel like Smash Bros there just threw caution to the wind, especially at the end, and got so much mileage off it.
Well, I think there's another aspect to that, is as Diamond, you need to demonstrate that, hey, you can't just hit buttons. You can't be, you know, on my shield. You can't just be hitting, you know, down tilt on my shield, for example, or, you know, forward air on my shield, because I'm going to punish you when you do that. So it's up to Diamond to demonstrate that, hey, like, you've got to be a little bit more careful in these situations. But not only was Smash Bros dominating in the neutral game, but his punish game was far and above better in that game. So we're going to need a big step up from Diamond.
Forget Ice Climbers, we're getting Aegis. And I heard about this coming in early for the doubles event, but we are going to see it in live action here.
All right. So I understandably, you know, maybe just didn't know that matchup. And, you know, this is a much easier matchup to understand between these two players. So let's see what the Aegis has in store. It's a completely different character, so it's going to take a lot of adjustments mid-game.
I don't necessarily think so, because when you play a secondary like this, you kind of already have the mindset of, if this is an option, you're adjusting with it kind of internally for the game to set up. And even though that's a stock taken right away, I've heavily believed that Diamond was already prepared for this to come out. However, he is very much behind either way.
Definitely far behind, and we're getting hit with these Zair combos into a dash attack. That is the good old Lucas confirm, and yeah, just messing up an input on the recovery, and now it's looking like it's all Smash Bros again. Very similar to game number one. Different characters on the screen, but same outcome it's looking like.
It might have been intimidation straight up, because that Lucas down smash could end you in basically instantly if you're this character. So like you might want to like miss up the timing. But the problem is you mess up the timing, but it's like you mess it up too much, so you just take yourself out in the process.
Yeah, for sure. And now we've got an opening for Diamond, but it's short-lived. Gets a foresight. Okay, what do you got for me? Oh, not much. And now it's SmashBros again with an edge guard opportunity.
Knockout. No, teched once, but couldn't tech twice, and that's going to be the set very fast. And I mean, SmashBros looked on point that entire time.
Yeah, and Diamond just with the quick roll-up of the controller. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes it's like, okay, you know what? I'm in loser's bracket now. SmashBros played really well. Sometimes you can't learn in the moment too quickly. You know, Smash Ultimate has, what, over 80 matchups? You know, sometimes when you're playing against a Lucas and you really don't know what you're doing, you kind of just be like, all right, I have footage for the next time that we play, and hopefully the next time you play is when you're like, okay, now I know the spaces where I need to play and what I need to do in order to be good next time. But Diamond just wasn't prepared, and SmashBros is going to move on in the tournament.
I think it was like, it might have been early bracket woes more accurately, because I think I have my doubts that Diamond wouldn't know about this matchup considering like they're in similar regions. But I also think it might have been an early bracket thing where it's like you might be playing cold or very timid because like it's the first set of a tournament and it's like you don't want to like lose that or something like that, so you kind of overcorrect yourself being like overly cautious or like just overly sloppy. And I feel like as the tournament goes on, most players are going to get like more in their element as things work out. And I think SmashBros was much more close to his ideal play than Diamond in that set.
Yeah, and that's definitely something you know, when you win doubles, sometimes you're just running hot after that. You know, that was definitely somebody who looked like they just won the doubles bracket, you know, just feeling pumped, just doing everything, just honestly making it look like he made no mistakes, you know. So really impressive to see from SmashBros in that game. And we're going to be getting our next competitors onto the stream.